And now to that 33-year-old cold case in Orange County, now solved.
The Orange County Sheriff announcing investigators have now identified the remains of a woman found killed in 1990.
In a small town in North Carolina, a chilling mystery that baffled investigators for over 3 decades has finally been unraveled. It all began in 1990 when the lifeless body of a young woman was discovered in Hillsborough. Her identity remained a puzzle, and her death, initially deemed unclear, left detectives stumped. Despite numerous efforts over the years, including facial reconstructions and digital sketches, her name remained unknown. But in a remarkable turn of events in September of 2023, a breakthrough emerged, shedding light on the enigmatic figure known as the I-40 Jane Doe. This revelation not only brought closure to a long-standing case, but also revealed the tragic fate of the I-40 Jane Doe, whose story had been shrouded in mystery for far too long. As we dig deeper into the case, let's try to explore 2 important questions. What led to the breakthrough in identifying the I-40 Jane Doe after more than 3 decades? How did the tragic fate of I-40 Jane Doe finally come to light, revealing the secrets of her mysterious disappearance and death? Let's delve into the details of this case. It was on September 19, 1990, while a road crew was cleaning up along Interstate 40 in North Carolina, they stumbled upon a grim discovery: the badly decomposed body of a young woman. She was found partially clothed, lying about 15 feet down an embankment near the New Hope Church Road exit. Her body had been lying there for nearly a week before being noticed. The Orange County Sheriff at the time, Lindy Pendergrass, alerted the media, hinting at the possibility of foul play. Back then, Dr. John Butts, who recorded the death of the unidentified body in 1990, marked it as undetermined. The young woman found near Interstate 40 had unique features. Her originally brown hair was dyed a strawberry blonde, reaching down to her shoulders and frosted. She stood about 5 foot 3 inches tall, weighing around 115 pounds. Investigators estimated her age to be between 15 to 25 years old. Examining her dental records revealed interesting details. All 4 wisdom teeth were still below the surface, and one tooth was in an unusual position called a lingual crossbite, with 3 others leaning the same way. She had cavities in 3 teeth and dental restorations in 3 others. A 3-inch scar on her lower right abdomen indicated she had had an appendectomy in the past. Surprisingly, there were no signs of childbirth, breaks, or fractures in her bones. Toxicology reports also had revealed that there were no drugs in her system. She was given the name the I-40 Jane, considering the fact that she was found near the I-40 highway. She had been dead for about 4 to 6 days before she was discovered on September 19, 1990. She was found wearing a distinct pink sweatshirt, adorned with 3 white rabbits, 2 on bicycles and 1 on a unicycle, and a bra and white socks. She also had a brass bracelet on her left wrist, and a fashion ring on 1 finger. The youthful style of her clothing led police to believe she was likely a teenager. Each and every detail of her appearance and belongings became crucial in unraveling the mystery surrounding her death. The absence of footwear and the peculiar items she wore raised questions about the circumstances leading to her tragic end. X-rays were done, but they didn't show any broken bones, and the examination of the body ruled out death by shooting or stabbing. Even though authorities believed it was a murder, they couldn't officially determine how she died. At best, experts thought she might have been strangled. Investigators looked through missing person reports in the area, hoping to find a match for the victim, but they didn't find any connections. All they had to work with were the victim's clothes, accessories, a few unique features, and the x-rays taken by the medical examiner. Despite the challenges, detectives pressed on, determined to solve the mystery surrounding the young woman's tragic death. Considering the fact that her body was found near the I-40, they speculated she could have come from anywhere between Barstow, California, and Wilmington, North Carolina. This led them to believe she might have been killed elsewhere and brought to where she was found. In late September 1990, witnesses reported a possible sighting of the girl in Alamance County before her murder. They recalled seeing someone matching her description, wearing a pink sweater with rabbits on it. Based on these accounts, a composite sketch was created and published in hopes of identifying her. But unfortunately, no one came forward with a name. Despite these challenges, investigators remained determined to solve the case, tirelessly pursuing leads and gathering evidence to uncover the truth behind the mysterious death of the I-40 Jane Doe. As the investigation unfolded, every detail of her appearance and belongings became crucial in piecing together the events leading to her untimely demise. Despite efforts to figure out who she was and what happened to her, no lead came up. When the victim was murdered in 1990, DNA technology was still new and was not able to identify unknown individuals. So investigators relied on traditional methods, like interviewing witnesses, following leads, and searching missing person reports. They even used forensic facial reconstruction to create a model of her skull, but it didn't yield much. Police suspected a connection between this case and murders committed by a taxi driver. He was arrested in Guilford County, but died as a result of taking his own life before he could be questioned by Orange County officers. His identity was never made public. This led to a dead end in the investigation, leaving detectives searching for other leads to uncover the truth behind Jane Doe's tragic death. Despite relentless efforts by investigators and volunteers, the identity of Jane Doe remained elusive for over 3 decades. In 2018, a digital version of the composite sketch was released to the public, hoping to spark recognition, but no one came forward to identify her. Updated technology allowed for a digital illustration of the deceased to be circulated, yet Jane Doe's identity continued to evade discovery. As the years passed, investigators pursued numerous leads and explored innovative methods to crack the case. They utilized social media platforms to share digital illustrations approximating her appearance, but still, no breakthrough occurred. Despite their unwavering dedication, the victim's identity remained shrouded in mystery. The case eventually went cold, leaving law enforcement frustrated and the community unsettled by the unresolved tragedy. However, the determination to bring closure to the case persisted, with hopes that someday a crucial piece of information would surface, shedding light on the identity of the mysterious Jane Doe and providing answers to the questions that had lingered for so long. After 2 decades of the victim remaining unidentified, a breakthrough finally occurred in 2020 when forensic investigators joined forces with the North Carolina State Bureau of Investigation. Using updated technology, they managed to extract DNA from a degraded hair fragment found on the victim. This DNA was then linked to a paternal cousin of the victim through genealogy databases. In June of 2020, investigator Dylan Hendricks took over the old case. With the help of the State Bureau of Investigation, he sent an old hair sample for DNA testing. When he got the results, he sent them to Leslie Kaufman, an expert in a new method called forensic genealogy. Kaufman used genealogy databases to connect the woman's DNA with possible family members. She found some people who seemed to be her cousins. Investigators then talked to these relatives and found out about a family member no one had heard from in over 30 years. Kaufman's expertise in cases involving unidentified human remains and homicides proved invaluable, as she linked the victim's DNA to potential paternal cousins. Hendricks explained that the DNA showed there should be someone named Lisa in the family tree, but nobody knew where she was. After more DNA tests from other relatives, investigators confirmed they had found the right name for the mysterious woman. As the investigation progressed, interviews were conducted, revealing the existence of a female relative named Lisa Coburn Kesler, who had not been heard from in over 3 decades. This significant breakthrough brought investigators closer to uncovering the identity of the long-unknown victim and provided hope for finally bringing closure to the case. Lisa Coburn Kesler, born in Georgia, led a life shrouded in mystery before tragedy struck. Though her exact birth date remains unknown, she would have been somewhere between 15 to 25 years old in 1990. Details about her upbringing are scarce, leaving much to the imagination. However, what we do know paints a picture of a young woman with a unique charm. Lisa was known for her natural brown hair, which she often dyed a striking strawberry blonde, adding a touch of individuality to her appearance. Yet amidst her aspirations and quirks, Lisa's fate took a tragic turn, forever linking her to the chilling events that unfolded in 1990. No one could have predicted the dark turn her life would take, as the end of her happy times loomed ominously on the horizon. Investigator Hendricks described the discovery of Lisa Kesler's family through DNA as finding a missing piece in the family tree. They then sought DNA from a suspected relative on her mother's side, which further confirmed her identity. Medical examiner specialist Clyde Gibbs updated the NamUs database to reflect that DNA analysis had resolved her case. Now, the chief medical examiner could amend her death certificate with her correct name and other details. Investigators revealed that Kesler's family wasn't aware she was missing when she disappeared. They learned that she had willingly left Georgia for Michigan. When she later left Michigan, her family there thought she had gone back to Georgia, willingly.
All right, so we know that she left willingly from Georgia to go back to Michigan, and when she left Michigan, the family in Michigan believed that she was probably leaving willingly to go back to Georgia. No one ever thought that she was missing.
This discovery shed light on Lisa Kesler's journey and provided closure to her family, finally giving her the recognition and dignity she deserved. Now that Lisa Kesler's identity is known, investigators are focused on finding her killer. North Carolina's lack of a statute of limitations for murder means detectives will persist in their efforts to identify and apprehend the suspect. With the same determination used to uncover Lisa's identity, they aim to apply forensic techniques to pinpoint the perpetrator. The search for justice continues, as investigators remain committed to bringing closure to the case and ensuring that those responsible for Lisa's tragic death are held accountable. Sheriff Blackwood expressed relief that the decades-old mystery of Lisa Kesler's identity had finally been solved, bringing solace to her family. He thanked the investigators, volunteers, and professionals who tirelessly worked on the case, showcasing the power of determination. While the family couldn't bring back their loved one, the identification offered a sense of closure. Sheriff Blackwood emphasized the ongoing commitment to find Lisa's killer, highlighting that there's no time limit on justice. Do you think justice has been served in Lisa's case? What do you think could have been done differently in the investigation?